Greetings, welcome to tome number 4 of Ancient Library. The topic is Atlantis versus MUU, the loop of human-induced misery. And it's gonna be a special video, a special tome, more a story type session. No scientific research has been conducted on this topic. This is more like stuff I gathered over the years from books and booklets and other pages on the internet. And I want to tell the story how it was told to me. And if you got any thoughts or reflections, go ahead in the comments. I would appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy. At first, I want to talk about the alleged locations of the places and of Atlantis, the definition of Atlantis itself. I mean, in my opinion, I think the whole planet was called Atlantis, the blue planet. And this was no special place on the Earth. But there was a kingdom, the Atlantean kingdom. And this was located most likely where the Azores are today, courtesy of Portugal. And this was like where the place where main Atlantis was, and there was a place called Smaller Atlantis, was located most likely where Santorini is now in Greece. The place with the blue roofs, and wonderful place. Never been there, but I've been close to the location, and yeah, very, very nice place. And the last location, MUU, it's not so famous like Atlantis, but it's actually was the eastern core center, power center of the Atlantean kingdom. And I got some cool pictures here. Most of them are AI or artworks, or people how they thought it would look like. And there's so many mysteries and myths surrounding this topic. And yeah, I'm going to proceed right now. I'm talking about the Atlantean faction. I'm going to present both factions in this war, but most likely it's like on the world now. It was one faction and there was peace for a very, very long time. And then there was tension and a war was emerging. And I mean, to talk about the Atlantis, I said it's located where the Azores are. And there was actually a big continent. And the Azores are just the tip of the mountains, or the Atlantean mountains, if you will say so. There's like, I mean, it was a big continent, and there was geological actions on the planet, and or other things I'm going to mention soon, like asteroid impacts. Some people say 30.5k years ago, the Younger Dryas impact happened. This was actually the same time the Atlantean War began in the stories I've read. So it's a very nice corroboration there. And yeah, there was a guy called Pelagon who was like the king of Atlantis, as far as I recall. And there was peace over the world for like 80 to 20k years. Like, it's insane. Imagine that. If we got so much peace, we would evolve so much better, I guess. But maybe that's part of the story. And the whole time frame of the story would go from 10 to 100k years back. Predates our date right now. So this is a big window, and yeah, I mean, most hardcore scientists will say we found no artifacts in the ground, so this never happened. But yeah, I mean, some things are a little bit weird. To talk about the faction of MUU real quick, it was most likely located in the Gobi Desert in China. And some people say it was a continent as well. I got a picture here with a drawing, but I don't believe this is real. But I mean, we can't really prove it. And the city of MUU was actually two underground cities combined, Agatha 1 and Agatha 2. Agatha, I don't know how it's going to pronounce, but these two cities are connected with tunnels. And there was a big underground city and a whole empire under the ground. I mean, there's so much stuff for mystical tales and stories here, and for stimulating thoughts and visuals in your head. That's pretty nice. But it's not like a scientific tome like the other ones, or I'm trying to make the other ones scientific as possible as I can. Back to MUU. Many cultures today trying to connect to this lost civilization, like the Turks and some other groups, but they never really could establish a real connection, a real cultural connection. And like I said, it was the Eastern Power Center, like more like the Silk Road of Atlantis, I guess. And yeah, after 18k years, the peace slowly dissipates and tension and strife break out. And now I want to talk about the whole war or the conflict scenario, which is broke out. And that was like most likely happened 13,000 years ago. So like the Younger Dryas impact, pretty coincidental here. And the story was told that it was only one day of war. And the Greater Atlantean faction, located supposedly in the Azores, attacked MUU with an ambush type attack with advanced weapons, and it's been said they got very high technology, very sophisticated weapons, and very good executed offense here. So the attack just took one day, and the whole cities of MUU was wiped out. I mean, we got no more details on this, but it wasn't over here. After this, there was some scientists and some elite guys left from the MUU faction, and they desperately executed the last attack. And there are two theories how they done it. I'll first tell you what they done, and then I'm telling you how I think they done it. They were flying out with some type of craft or device and to the asteroid belt, like capturing an asteroid and redirecting his orbit trajectory directly into Greater Atlantis, where the Azores are today. So this is like pretty wild story. And they executed this thing, and it was happening, and it hit Atlantis, like eradicated the whole continent, the whole town, and so everything was destroyed. And after this, it's been written down that it was 30-40 years of darkness on the planet. And I mean, it's not like a big asteroid like the dinosaurs, who extinct the dinosaurs, but it's been written down that it was exploding in the atmosphere, and many small asteroids hit things, and it was very, very destructive. And I mean, it sounded like a mystical story, fable, but I mean, if you think about some leaders today and they got no nukes and they got something like this, it just shows some things I'm going to talk about in the final thoughts of the video. The smaller Atlantis part in Santorini, it's said in one book I've read. I'm trying to find the title so I can source the direct books, but I'm trying my best to find these like pretty long ago. It was saying 6k years after this event, so 7,000 years ago basically, the smaller Atlantis, the Santorini area, got destroyed as well for whatever reason. It's not actually saying why, if it's like a natural event or another war type scenario. So yeah, that's not pretty dense, the information. And then you have to think, if they got advanced tech and spacecraft and something, maybe somebody escaped. Some people make the connection that the Atlantean civilization built the pyramids 80k years ago, which has been in the time frame a little bit. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna go to the last section of the video now, my final thoughts, the outro basically, and the impression I get from this whole story. The core impression is, if you got peace for a long time, that's, I guess, the best thing. But if you're not able to sort out conflicts and sort out tensions, it's getting very bad. If there's a point where it's exploding and the emotion is exploding and the people don't even know what a war is, and it's getting pretty devastating. And if the story is somewhere near the truth, I mean, it's realistic in that sense that it's escalating pretty quickly if you got so advanced weaponry and tech and arts, and you using it against your own planet. And maybe it can tell us that we not can use any nukes, nobody can start this because another man is doing this, and then we got a chain reaction. But no matter what video I do, no matter which topic I talk about, in the end of the thing I'm always talk about how bad nukes are. So I don't know if that's a subconscious thing, but if I believe the story is real, I don't know. I mean, there's some people, they're knowing much more about this than I do. I just want to do a quick video on this, and like I said in the beginning, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not sure that this is actually how it went down, but I mean, if you look at the pics, and you look how the Azores look. I don't know if this round thing on the one picture is done artificial, but there are multiple around there and it looks like a crater. So I think it's likely that there's something impacted there, maybe. I don't know. But it sounded pretty spaced out, to be honest. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Then thanks, you made it to the end. And the next tome is going to be serious again. And like I said, it's going to be the final part of the alien and UFO thing. And I'm looking forward to release this. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of time. And yeah, in the meantime, keep it up, guys. Bye.